In today's video, I want to show you how I created this whimsical landscape painting based on a real place in St. Mary, Jamaica. If you enjoy this sort of video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe because more videos about digital painting and drawing are on the way. So today, I want to give you a chance to look over my shoulder while I create this piece for my new children's book illustration portfolio. After doing a rough sketch, I used the perspective grid in Procreate to help me work out my perspective and also as a guide for reminding me where the main light is in the scene. Then I moved on to blocking in my colors with a broad brush so that I could have an overall understanding of the environment. Often, it is during this stage of the painting that I discover better ideas than what I had in mind for lighting, color values, and composition. So it's good to leave yourself open for that, especially for an imaginative piece. One of the things I needed to work on was creating more landscape images and spreads. So this was one of the ideas that came to me, which was inspired by a place I visited a long time ago. If you're curious, the location is known as Old Spanish Bridge. The bridge spans over the White River in the parish of St. Mary in Jamaica. As a side note, it is a very beautiful location to relax and have a refreshing swim. With that inspiration, I wanted to create a painting that was based more on how I felt when I was there, rather than on capturing every detail or being too realistic in the rendering. I used multiple photos as references to help me capture the main features of the landscape. I didn't copy every crack and crevice of the bridge, but rather only the big shapes that makes it identifiable. So, for a very long time, I only used the default brushes in Procreate to paint my scenes, and I would spend a lot of time hand modeling every texture. It would be time consuming, and I would sometimes lose interest in finishing. Now, with the new Brush Studio feature in the app, I started making my own brushes to quickly create a variety of textures and save myself time, but still achieve, in my opinion, a beautiful result. To achieve the illusion of depth, I kept in mind how the atmosphere affects color. So I toned down and cooled my values and employed a little depth of field by using soft brushes to paint distant objects. Doing these things pushes the foreground elements forward and keeps the background in its supporting role. at one point I was trying to represent the ripples of the river by using brushes that I made. It was not working out, so I went back to just modeling it by hand using the default brushes. I decided to put a boy in the painting for a sense of scale, but I did not want to draw too much attention away from the bridge, so I placed him in a spot where he doesn't contrast too much with the surrounding colors and grabs your attention just long enough to tell you the size of the landscape. You'll notice that I use some special effects such as duplicating layers and Gaussian blurring to quickly create some reflections. I keep this kind of thing to a minimum because if overdone, the piece will start to lose its painterly qualities and feel too digital, for lack of a better term. So that is my overview of how I created this painting of the old Spanish bridge in Jamaica. If you'd like me to expand on any of the points I made today, please leave a comment below and I will be sure to include the best ideas in another video. Thanks for watching.